before getting into the topic, we are going to discuss about what is computer network. Why we are using computer network. Computer network is a concept of set of computers connected together for the purpose of sharing resources. The most common resource shared by today is connection to the internet. Via internet, we can share the resources, like we can share messages while connected to the different set of network devices. Other shared resources can include a printer or a file server. The internet itself can be considered as a computer network because it is connected to various devices to share the network all over the world. Next thing, we are going to discuss about advantages and disadvantages of computer network. First, we are going to discuss about advantages of computer network. First, it enhances the communication and availability of information. While connected to a network, the communication will be good and it easily we can communicate with all other peoples in the network. And the availability of the information will be also very easy to and access for all of the peoples in the group. Then it allows more convenient resource sharing. Resource sharing will already we have discussed. Resource sharing will be very easy and more reliable. Next thing is that it makes file sharing easier. While connected to a network, sharing of files is very easy and reliable. Next thing is that it is highly flexible. Then it is an inexpensive system. While connected to the network, we don't need any cost to send files to other devices connected in a network, and it also boosts the storage capacity. It increases the storage capacity while connected in a network. And now we are going to discuss about disadvantages of computer network. While connected in a network, it lacks the independence because it could not take decision on their own. Because it is connected to a network, it causes security difficulty. While connected to a network, it is easy for a hacker or some other peoples to hack the network, and they can easily access the information in the network. Then next thing is that it lacks robustness. Robustness in the sense in a network which has more information which can be easily thefted. Next thing is that it allows for more presence of computer virus like malware and viruses which can easily harm our systems and theft our data. It requires an efficient handler. Handler must be good, which is very necessary for handling a network, which they only can access the information and they can handle the network. It requires and it also requires an expensive setup because it needs an wire or it needs an connectivity things to connect all the devices in the network. Then communication media is the path which we can transfer the data or files or information from one computer to another computer in a network in forms of electric wave, that is electromagnetic waves or electric signal. The main two communications are guided transmission media or unguided transmission media. The guided transmission media is also called as wired media, and unguided transmission media is also called as wireless media. First, we are going to discuss about wired computer network. The computer network which is connected via wired is called as wired computer network. For example, most wired computer networks use LAN type. First, the clear by name, the wired computer networks, the host and other devices are interconnected. The host and other devices are interconnected. Although there are wireless LANs too, and there are bigger networks that used wireless medias too. The wired computer network has some of the following three types. First thing is twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, power lines and fiber optic cables. First, we are going to discuss about twisted pair cables. Types of wired cables. In the types of wired cables, we are going to discuss about twisted pair cable. In the twisted pair cable, as you see in the example, the wires are twisted. In the twisted pair cable itself, they have divided into two types: shielded twisted pair cables, unshielded twisted pair cables. These shielded twisted pair cables are shielded with some plastic like material which prevents rain or some other water which may spoil the network system. And unshielded twisted pair cables does not cover any material. The twisted pair cable of two insulated copper wires, typically about 1 millimeter thick. The wires are twisted together in a helical form, just like a DNA molecule. Twisting is done because of two parallel wires constitute a fine antenna. Then we are going to discuss about coaxial cable. As we shown in the picture, the coaxial cable consists of dielectric flexible tubes, metal insulator, outer jacket, and a metal insulator core ground. The bandwidth possible depends on the cable quality and the length. Model cables have bandwidth of up to a few gigahertz. Based on the materials we are using, the bandwidth of each cables will differ. Then we are going to discuss about power lines. The power lines is generally electricity companies for low rate communication, such as remote metering for many years. In recent years, there may be high rate communication over this line. It can be used for your telephone lines or TV lines, etc. Then we are going to discuss about fiber optic cable. In the fiber optic cables are similar to coaxial cable, except without that twisted, in the sense that is without the braid. At the center, the glass core through which light propagates, but in the fiber optic cables it has some glass core which the light gets propagates. This is the visual representation of a fiber optic cable, which has glass coating inside, and outside it has a jacket, plastic jacket, and inside it is covered with a sheet, jacket, core, and a cladding. Next we are moving to wireless communication network. As in the wire, already we have discussed it. We have two types of media, wireless media and wired media. We have discussed about wired media. Now we are going to discuss about wireless media. Wireless media is also called as unguided media because it has no physical medium between the connected device. It uses electromagnetic signals, communication through air, water or vacuum. Infrared waves, radio waves, microwave, satellite are all the common waves used in the wireless media. For example, when you collect all the smartphones to a common Wi-Fi, it is a best example of wireless media. Wireless area network can also be formed using wireless media such as satellites. Then we are going to discuss about types of wireless network: radio wave, microwave, infrared wave, satellites. First thing is that radio wave. The radio wave all these waves only differs based on the amount of waves they penetrate and the area of the travel. They travel from one place to another place. The radio waves that can travel large distance as well as they penetrate any wall.